Okay, ways to build awareness of a client's embodiment. You don't have to use the word embodiment. There's not infinite ways to do it. So people will be trying to solve their problem in coaching from their habitual embodiment. So the first thing we need to do is bring awareness to what's not working. We know it's not working because they're being coaching. If it was working, they wouldn't be in coaching. Okay? So we know that they need some other choice. First of all, we bring awareness to them. Some clients, remind me your name.
Anne-Marie.
Anne-Marie, great. We won't ask you about a specific issue, but please be thinking of a specific issue. Mm-hmm. That way we can make it kind of semi-real, nothing too traumatic. Mm-hmm. So have you got a topic that you could have coaching on? So we're not going to do it today, but you could, right? Yeah. One thing I could just say is I could just ask her. I could just say, how are you being around this?
Probably a bit limited.
And she showed me something there. Did you see this? So I could actually feed back to her, say, right, do this. Okay, so now we're doing a little bit of an exaggeration, which is another main method. So we can ask, and some people be like, oh, I'm just really angry about it. They just know. Some clients have less awareness. We might need to use the other methods. So one is exaggerate. I'm mirroring back to her. I could say, just do that, but bigger. Mm-hmm. So show me limitation. Okay, it's a little bit different what I was doing. Okay, great. Right, and she's laughing at it. So by exaggerating it, we actually often make it comical. Okay, you make it almost silly that we have these patterns that we haven't. You're laughing with the client, not at them, obviously, yeah? So the exaggeration method's pretty good. We could also do a contrast method. So I could say, are you doing this or this? So do both, do this or this. Which are you doing? Which is closer to the way you're being around this topic?
Yeah, I want to be here.
Okay.
For sure.
That's choice. We're not doing that on this thing. That's the next part. First part is awareness. She's ahead of me. She's doing great. So this one is more familiar by the sounds of things. Yeah. Great. So the other thing, we've done exaggeration. We've done contrast. We've done asking. I can also do show and tell. Is that 5 things total now? Okay, this is about it. These are about the options. So show would be, hey, Anne-Marie, can I show you what I see you doing when you talk about this topic? Mm-hmm. Now, obviously, I need to be respectful in that, because kids do this to mock each other, don't they? You know, I've had clients turn up and go, "What's wrong with my employees?" Right? They say I'm well arrogant as a boss, and they're a bunch of muppets. Literally, I'm not even exaggerating. And I've gone, "Okay, John, do you mind if I just sit how you're sitting, as you tell me that? Can I show you how you're sitting?" And again, very respectfully, you have to have the relationship. There's some cultural stuff. But I can show someone how they're sitting, and normally it's like hearing your own voice. It's a bit of a face palm. There's a bit of the kids would call it cringe. Yeah, you're a little bit embarrassed because it's like, oh shit, yeah. So you often awareness building in a client comes with cringe because there's a gap between self-awareness and reality. That gap maintains your self-esteem. In my head, I sound like a British Harrison Ford. In reality, not so much. When I hear my own voice on camera, it's a bit embarrassing. Does that make sense? So this is why when we're awareness raising with a client, we always want to be delicate and kind and respectful, because it's usually a little bit painful. Yeah. The other one is we can just tell. Advantages to that is quick. Advantages to that, I have a certain expertise. I can see how she's sitting, standing, the tilt of her head, the fact that she's smiling. You know, she's got a bit of a perma smile. Yeah. And usually with that, I'd ask permission. And often it doesn't land very well. Okay, so better if they feel it because they own it, they believe it. Show is better. If that doesn't work, show can work. Tell is the least effective kind. I'm telling you now, it's a terrible way to work. Yeah, why? Because people don't own it. They don't believe you. They might feel insulted. They might just actually they'll get. It depends. It's just because of the situation. So you can tell, and if there's a client who's really not getting it, you know, or if there's high trust. Say, hey, is it okay if I give you some feedback? And then I could show, my body. Cool. So what are the methods? We've got ask. Yeah. We've got exaggerate, which I could get her to do. I could encourage her, help her do that through mirroring. We've got contrast. So if I said, are you more up or more down? People might not know, but as soon as they do down and up, they can feel it. Yeah. And then we've got show, one way of giving feedback, and we've got tell. Okay, which is probably one I use least, the less I just want to save time or I've got a lot of trust. Make sense?
You can learn to be an embodiment coach. The link is below. We've been doing this for quite a few years. We train embodiment coaches. That is what we do. The link is below, embodimentunlimited.com, or through the link below. You can learn how to do this stuff yourself and be an embodiment coach.